our next award category. This is the Rising Star Emerging Scholar Certificate. Now, each year we recognize emerging scholars who have shown significant promise and commitment to transnational research. We recognize up to 2 scholars who've recently or within the last 5 years have completed their post-terminal degree in any field who have distinguished themselves as rising scholars in advancing transnational research. Now, today we're recognizing 2 recipients of this certificate, and joining me in introducing them is last year's recipient, Dr. Rafael Pengalengan. And I'm not sure where in the world, but it looks very dark where you are at today, sir.
Yes, hi, Tony. Thank you so much. And good evening from the Philippines. It's a pleasure to be here once again with the network. Greetings to everyone, Professor Chomsky, Vice Chancellor Raj Kumar, and of course the respected members of the Star Scholars Network. Such a pleasure to be here with you today with kindred souls. As mentioned earlier by Tony, we award the Rising Star Emerging Scholar Certificate to 2 categories of awardees. And without further ado, I am happy to announce our 2 post-terminal degree scholar recipients. First is Dr. Joseph Levitan. Dr. Levitan, or otherwise known as Joe, is an assistant professor at McGill University, as well as the co-founder of 2 international nonprofit organizations in Peru. Dr. Levitan's work and scholarship engages in community-based collaborative action, research to develop more responsive, socially just, and culturally grounded educational policies and practices throughout the Americas. Dr. Levitan has spoken about issues of social justice and identity around the world, including in Southeast Asia, the Middle East, and North and South America. And among his many ongoing projects, Dr. Levitan is currently working with Indigenous students and community leaders to develop school curriculum and lessons based in students' communities' knowledge and ways of being. Dr. Levitan, our first post-terminal degree recipient of the award this year, our heartfelt congratulations.
Thank you, and congratulations indeed. Dr. Levitan, would you like to make some brief comments?
Sure, great. Thank you very much. It's great to be here. First, I just want to say thank you to the Star Scholar Network and the committee. It's really a great honor to receive this award, particularly because Dr. Chomsky is a scholar whose works have inspired me for years and who have actually taught about since I began my role as a professor. It's also just great, and I'm very humbled and grateful to be selected for this. So thank you to the Star Scholar Network. I'd also just like to acknowledge and offer gratitude to all of the collaborators, mentors, friends, and colleagues I work with around the world. I'd like to specifically thank Dr. Kayla Johnson, who's been a wonderful partner and collaborator throughout this work across 7 countries over the past 6 years, and Dr. Julia Mafuz, who's a great friend and collaborator. Finally, I want to send a special thank you to the Ayus of Ollantaytambo and the Cuenca Patacancha in Peru. These are community members, friends, and colleagues I've worked with since 2010, and without them, I wouldn't be doing any of this today. So I just want to send my gratitude that way. And then I'd also just like to send a special thank you to my home community in Baltimore, Maryland. I'm humbled and grateful to call all of you friends, colleagues, and family. It's also great to meet Dr. Gali at Morgan State. I grew up about 5 minutes away from the campus, so it's really kind of fun to have that connection. I'll keep things pretty brief. I just want to say one more thing. Similar to the esteemed colleagues here, my work is founded upon the idea that research and scholarship should make direct contributions to the lives of community members that I work with, who I work with. I found personally that intellectual and research work and action and social change are mutually reinforced when we are able to cross boundaries and collaborate in socially just ways. Co-acting and co-learning allows us to foster more responsive organizations and foster equitable voice, which allows us to uncover the many challenges that global crises foist upon people's day-to-day lives. Socially just collaboration allows us to co-create processes to decolonize the structures that have fostered injustice. In a time of polarization, working with collaborative colleagues who show that it's possible to be similar and different at the same time across our multiple identities and to live well with multiplicity is inspiring. I'm grateful for the opportunities and the meaningfulness I have been able to engage in starting my career. I'm very grateful to meet you all at the Star Scholars Network. I feel that there's an intellectual home here. Congratulations to the fellow winners, and I hope to collaborate with you all in the future. Thank you again.
Well, thank you very much. And congratulations to you, Dr. Levitan, for receiving the Rising Star Emerging Scholar Certificate for 2021. Now, sharing this award, we have one more